Welcome to the Upper Valley Haven. I'm your host, Elizabeth DeRazio, joined by Stacey Chiocchio. She's the Community Citizenship Manager over at Hypotherm. I'm going to say, what does that mean? Community citizenship. See, Hypotherm is employee-owned, which means they believe as a company and as a family in giving back to those in need, which is why they picked the Haven as one of the major things that they support year-round. Stacey's going to tell us just why they picked this place and how it helps them spread the message of giving back. Thank you, Stacey, for joining us.
Thank you for having me. We are thrilled to be able to highlight the great work that the Haven does. Their staff is wonderful. They really help so many people who really need that help. But what's really nice about it is they're helping people get out of the situation they're in. So they have a food pantry where we have volunteers, and they have the Bev's Place where kids come home from school and get help with a snack and do their homework. We are volunteers at the warming shelter. We've provided them with some skills-based volunteering where people have done mailings for them and data entry and that type of thing. But it's all in the spirit of getting people to be able to no longer need help, kind of putting themselves out of business, so to speak. And so that's what we think is really great. We do partner with them. We consider them one of our strongest partners. And it's because of that work that they do with their case managers, really getting people connected to the services that they need for now, but then how can they help them get out of that need in the future. We also, the partnership works both ways. So when they have a need, they reach out to us and we fill it with volunteers, and associates love coming here. So that's actually a layup. It's very easy to do. But when we have a need, they also help us out. So for example, when we have new hires come to Hypotherm, instead of me talking about what volunteering is like, we now take them out for volunteering for 2 hours and we bring them to the Haven.
Nice.
Because they're a partner organization, they're happy to help us with that. We had a supplier summit where we had our suppliers come in from all over the world for 2 days of corporate social responsibility, talking about environmental stewardship and supplier scorecards, and we brought them to the Haven to do volunteering. It's embedded in the work we do, so we want to show people how one of our partner organizations does great work and how we help them.
I think that's what's impressive about your involvement here is, you know, money is always needed. You know, places like the Haven, funding is incredibly, incredibly important to be able to maintain the facilities and to help those in need. But really, it's the volunteer hours. Sometimes it's the boots on the ground that gets things through. And because your employees have the opportunity to have different times each day or things like that to work volunteering in, they do have the opportunity to get those hours in here.
Right, so they each get 24 hours of paid volunteer time per year, and most associates are using that time. About 80% of associates are volunteering somewhere.
That's wonderful.
We had over 17,000 hours last year in total, about 1,000 associates in New Hampshire and Vermont. But the other thing too that's interesting about our partnership is we fund them through the Hope Foundation. The Hope Foundation is a public foundation, although primarily funded through Hypotherm, but the decision making for the grants is from associates. So the Hope team is comprised of 12 associates from throughout our company. It's not our C-suite executives, which we don't even use that term or have, but
you're all employee owned. It's kind of hard to have that.
But compared to, you know, other companies will use that terminology where the executives of the company look at where they want to do philanthropic giving. Ours is done by our associates, and so it's really a representation of how important the Haven is to the associates at Hypotherm.
Now, the Hope Foundation is something we could even get involved in as well.
Yes, it is a public foundation, and anyone can give to the foundation. Primarily, it's funded by Hypotherm and our family of associates at Hypotherm, and our retirees have been where we have really seen the source of funding.
And I hear there's a website coming up that we'll have to keep a lookout for to see just how we can take part.
Absolutely. If anyone wants to, they can go to hypotherm.com and click on Corporate Social Responsibility and see all the work that we do in that area.
Sounds good. Thank you for joining us, Stacey.
Thank you.
And I just want to give a big thanks to Hypotherm for helping sponsor these shows here at the Upper Valley Haven. As you can see, they put their money where their mouth is, and they put the boots on the ground to keep this place running smoothly.